Lancelot Imasue, known for churning out blockbuster movies including Invasion, 1897, Adesua, The Last Burial, ATM Garage, Benter Arrow, among others. Now he has finished production of the remake of one of his action thrillers, Isakaba. This was first produced in 2001 featuring Sam Dede. Now this will serve as a sequel to the 2001 blockbuster, and he joins me now in Lagos studio. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning. How's everything with you?
We have the matter day.
Okay, so before I talk about any industry gist and all of that, why are you bringing back Isakaba? I understand, yes, I have memories of Isakaba back in the day, but why are you bringing it back?
I think if you want to be realistic, there's no better time to retell that story other than now.
Okay.
Because the events and series of events that prompted that kind of production is more now with us than ever. So we could relate. You know, it was the film Isakaba that projected, which is actually part of the job of the movies, to go into the future, project how things should go. Isakaba advocated state policing, security by us, for us,
Okay.
that the people know the nooks and crannies of their community far more than anybody you're going to bring. Isakaba invented vigilante that now several state governments were able to adopt, converting hunters to becoming the security of the people. And if you look around, how well have we fared as a people talking security and other sundry matters? You will agree with me that today Isakaba is back to mirror our society deeper than it was, and also the sophistication that has come into the world of crime and how prepared we are as a people to tackle them headlong.
So one of the persons that was in the 2001 movie was Sam Dede, and he's in this one.
Yes. It's a continuation. It's a continuation. Isakaba, there, people really miss it up. Isakaba was the first movie to be serialized. We had Isakaba 1,
Yes.
Isakaba 2, Isakaba 3, Isakaba 4, Isakaba 5. So from 2001 to 2005, we had different sequels of Isakaba. As the situation unfolded, we were responding through the film, owing to the huge success that greeted the film as at that time. Now, we say Isakaba returns because there's been a growing demand. How do we tackle the present security challenges in our country, in our various communities? So Isakaba to the rescue.
So now, does Isakaba give a solution to the issues we have now?
Of course. Through the film, we are insisting that security is local.
Okay.
In all honesty, you go all around the world, you find counties, boroughs, states, different regions having their own security architecture. This situation of Nigerian security being controlled from the center do not seem to be working. And Isakaba is coming to lend his own voice to say, let us localize security as it should be.
But there's this fear that if you localize security, the one at the center might not be useful.
I want us to keep this conversation purely entertainment.
It's still in the line of Isakaba.
We have laws.
Okay.
Like right now, kudos to the present government, the local government autonomy. Have we not been screaming about it? We've been shouting. But now, somebody has gotten the political will to say, let local government administration be local government administration and not an appendage of the state government. Let them run autonomously, financially, as the case may be. So if we have been able to settle that, and the government can now say, thank God, why was it a problem? Why did you go to court in the first instance? Why did you sue the federal government? Why are things not going the way to go? That brings us to security too. Those that are benefiting from the gigi of security, they know what they are benefiting. So if we don't say, you know what, let us go our way. Now, listening to your last
guest.
Your last guest about our culture. There are things that are indigenous with us. There are things that are with us that we must begin to find. How do we go about and use these things to our collective general benefit?
Okay, so what's the plan now? What new things have been imputed in Isakaba The Return?
I will not bring the film plan here.
Just give us a tip.
You see the lowdown of caste. Okay. This time around, we went to the north. We brought Sandy Danger.
Yeah.
To the west, we brought Italy. We brought the men that made Isakaba, the chief priest. We brought Chiwetelagu. And now we introduced some new guys into that. People say, wow, Fina came into the picture. And somebody say, hey, no, Isakaba don't be lawful. They saw Mr. Com, Nosarex. Yes, all of them came in. People will be surprised that when we say we want to make a film, we went out to make a film where people are not stereotyped to say, okay, this is what they can do. The twist, the turn, the present reality that ought to be in the film. And I can tell you for free, you will not be disappointed.
And you shot it in Asaba?
It was shot in Asaba as against Enugu, where the original was filmed. Same, we were considering security as where do we know more now? I have not been to Enugu to film for donkey years. Like I shot my last movie in Enugu 2005. Okay. So we wanted where was also accessible, where we can also get the kind of support. Of course, we got support from Senator Ned Nwoko massively because that was his community. You don't say now where native daughter no grand, they vanish.
Okay, so when are we expecting this movie to be premiered? When will it be?
Isakaba is loading. Right now, we're just creating wave globally, stirring up interest. But I can assure you that the wait will not be too long. We're almost rounding up with post-production and post-post, and all elements that should make a big film are being imputed into it. Give or take, last quarter of this year to the first quarter of next year, Isakaba go don dawn, and we'll be calling on them to return.
Isakaba go don dawn. Okay, so let's move to one issue I'd like to talk about, the issue of the new cats and the old cats. In your movie, Isakaba, you imputed both the old and the new, but there has been this fight or differentiation whenever you talk to some of the new cats and they believe the old cats are just there. The new cats are the ones making the industry.
Very beautiful question. I want to thank you for that. Let me address this. What you are calling it old new. No, they call it old Nollywood.
New Nollywood, yeah.
That again tells you the largeness of our problems here, the challenges we're having as a people. What is old and new? The truth is that an industry has been built, and it's just natural that it continues to evolve over time. New entrant coming, continue from where the so-called now old. Why that tagging? Why that, oh, this is old, this is new? Now we are having blend. People don't tire. They say there be new Nollywood. They don't tire. I keep asking for that. I say, you came here, there was a time around 2007 to 2009, 10, there was a lot of influx of diasporian filmmakers that are of Nigerian extraction coming to make film. They came with a wrong mindset of saying, oh, they want to come and teach us how to make film. They came, we saw different titles that time from, oh, blah, blah, blah. I met one, I asked them, when Canada, Toronto International Film Festival, I said, we saw your part one, where's part two? No, only would they do part two.
They do several parts.
They did part one, they couldn't continue with part two. The man speaking here is 30 years as a bona fide Nollywood filmmaker. And we see they can't pay, we know the shake. So, I do not subscribe to this narrative of old and new. When you come in, you bring in your pluses and see how it begins to flourish. When those demarcations started coming in, we start to create undue friction that is not necessary for the overall development and growth of the industry. Definitely, You cannot expect the energy that I had when I was 24, when I made my blockbuster movie yesterday, when I made Adesuwa, when I made Invasion 1897, to now still have the same energy when I'm in my 50s. But what comes in? You can't wash away the experience. So we say, where elders sit down for grand, they see. If you like, go climb Iroko. So the idea is burying a leaf from Sandere in Isakaba. Whenever the river flows through the forest, it must certainly bring down trees. And that is sure. Come in with your new ideas. Can I shock you? My special effect guy on this project is 22 years old. How about that? He's 22 years old. So you had Lucas Fina merging with Alex Osifo Umuagbo. You see Sam Dede, Alex was a Nosaret, confronting Sam Dede in his strength as an actor. You see the likes of Chidi Mokeme coming head on with Sam Dede. That is the beauty of what we are doing. So enough, and let's do away with this. Oh, this is new, this is old. We must all be able to complement each other because it's one and same industry. And it's the growth and development of this industry that we are all after.
In other words, Obano the go transfer.
We did, can't wait.
All right, of course, I'm afraid we have to end this interview, but thank you so much for coming.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for talking to us. So we're expecting the premiere.
You'll be the first, to be invited to come and see
Sakaba. Thank you so much, Lancelot Imaswe, for talking to Lancelot Odua Imaswe.
Thank you very much.
The filmmaker, and of course, we're proud of our